It's Canada Day and time to check out how the forecast is shaping up. For some, it's going to be quite an active day, namely in the prairies where we have the potential for some severe weather. Now, meanwhile, areas like Ontario and Quebec, even into the nation's capital, lots of sunshine, lovely temperatures. Atlantic Canada getting a bit of rain as well, and that's on top of what was already an incredibly rainy month of June for some in the Atlantic region. But here's the big story for our Canada Day: the chance of severe weather from northern portions of BC and Alberta down into Saskatchewan and even parts of southwestern Manitoba. Large hail would be one of the big factors with these storms for areas that could see that severe activity for today. Some temperatures not all that impressive until you head into more northern parts of the prairies. Look at Churchill, 27 and sunny, where we do have some heat warnings currently in effect for some of those northern areas experiencing unusually hot temperatures. Now, looking at today, you can see quite a large area with those storms that may be flaring up, and some of this may linger into our Tuesday, into our Wednesday. So that scattered thunderstorm activity going to be a little stubborn for the prairies as we look into tomorrow. You see some areas still with those dynamics for thunderstorms, Saskatoon and Calgary included in that. Winds are going to be a bit brisk for areas where these storms do materialize over the next few days. And speaking of the next few days, take a look at Regina. Quite a stormy start to the month of July with those stormy weather potentials kind of lingering. Now for Calgary, sort of a similar situation with temperatures on the incline as we head into the weekend and early next week. Temperatures nearing the 30s in the forecast. Now, for parts of British Columbia, maybe Canada Day a little bit stormy as we head to the interior. You see on the right side of your screen. Meanwhile, though, for the south coast of BC, we're looking at fairly nice conditions for our Canada Day. Sunny and 21 for Vancouver, and that's going to kind of continue over the next few days where we're seeing a fairly dry pattern along the south coast and warming temperatures and getting even warmer when we head into the interior. Look at Kelowna getting up to 36 in the forecast by the start of next week. So that's a story we'll be tracking. Meanwhile, tracking more moisture on the way to Atlantic Canada and for St. John's and parts of the Burin Peninsula in particular. Now keep in mind, this was a June for the city of St. John's that was the rainiest June on record, one of the wettest months ever seen by the city, and we could have even more moisture on the way. So there's a look at our recap of that rainiest June on record, and right up there in terms of wet months we've seen in the city. Now the moisture is going to continue as we begin the month of July. It's going to be steady on and off type of situation for these pockets of rainfall. Other parts of Atlantic Canada may be seeing a bit of moisture today, but others are going to remain quite dry. So a good look in Canada Day forecast in parts of New Brunswick. And now for St. John's, we see the active weather continuing for the first few days of this week. Halifax going to be seeing maybe a bit of a drier pattern, but some rain mixed in there. Fredericton seeing some warmth.